Well, welcome to another News Game Plus. I'm Dermie, and I'm here with the inventor of ChatNGP,
Oh,
New Game Plus executive producer Jason O'Callaghan.
literally just adds cunt to everything.
No, I actually typed in. I said to ChatNGP earlier. I said, "Is Christopher Nolan the greatest director that ever lived?"
Oh,
And
God.
ChatNGP said, "Oh my God, you're so old. Can you smell toast?" I also said, "Why is Cloverfield a shit movie?" And it just like screamed at me and
Yeah,
shut down for a few
yeah, it's
seconds.
time to go fuck yourself.
So look forward to Nvidia's stock price
Yeah.
crashing further at the moment.
Yeah.
At the moment, people download
I-
ChatNGP.
It's one of those things, right? I remember when they announced the new cards and it was, oh my God, AMD's really gonna have trouble now, really gonna. I'm like, AMD's just making graphics cards, bro. Like, let's just let them keep making graphics cards.
Yeah, stay in your lane.
Yeah, I mean, AMD make all the chips for the PlayStation, the Xbox, are both AMD systems. Like a lot of, yeah, I don't know. I just Nvidia's got to just learn its lesson. 600 million off your market, 600 million
It's a
of its
bubble. Look,
market cap. Yeah,
look, it's a. And we talked about this, I think, before many times. That if you don't actually make anything,
yeah,
all you can make is war and bubbles,
yeah,
financial bubbles.
yeah,
Until you have either murdered or scammed every last dollar out of the planet. And then, yeah, I mean, what are they going to do? I don't know. They'll have to move to Mars and start
yeah, yeah.
scanning there. But no, yeah, it's all of AI. I've been on record before saying I think it is just absolute garbage. It's statistics and probability. It's a
Yes,
collection of computer algorithms, and these idiots that think they're gods that are making up are just proving that Silicon Valley is a bunch of morons now
yeah,
compared to when the good old days of Xerox PARC and that.
yeah,
Those days are long gone, long gone.
yeah.
These people now are just idiots.
I mean, because you think of it in those terms, right? People laugh now about the effect of Xerox and fax machines and stuff like that. But in its day, like, holy Christ, like that was, I mean, there's a reason that technology stuck
Oh,
around still to this
Xerox
day.
PARC. Yeah, okay. So you're not a tech person, so you're not across Xerox PARC,
No.
PARC. Okay. Yeah, look, Xerox PARC was famous back in the day because it was where basically Steve Jobs got every single idea
Right.
for the Macintosh from. Xerox PARC were doing, these are back, I think, in the early 70s, but I could be wrong on this. They had mouse interfaces, they had
Mm.
email, they had networking, like Ethernet and that. They had all of our current technologies going
Yeah.
like 50 years ago. And Xerox said to the research team there, we only do photocopies. What the hell
Yeah.
are you doing all this shit for? They did a demo to Steve Jobs, and he said, that's fantastic stuff, and went back and basically had all the Apple engineers do the same things,
Yeah.
right? So he copied the whole lot. That's where Apple came from. Xerox PARC is the source of everything we have
Yeah.
today in
Wow.
computing. So PARC, it was legendary at the time, but that was the glory days of Silicon Valley when there were people like really intelligent people working. Right now, you just got a bunch of rich frat boys
Yeah. Yeah.
just run around like Sam Altman. Can I get sued by Sam Altman? So he's not bright.
Every time
He's
I read
just
something
not
new about
bright.
him, I'm like, this seems dumb.
This
Yeah.
is some rich kid that's failed upwards to a
Yeah.
point where now he's got all this money. And look, and people go, oh, yeah, they're all rich people are stupid, like Elon Musk. And it doesn't start or end with Elon Musk.
Yeah.
This is a rancid culture now that thinks it's clever, and I'm going to call it the backlash to the deep. What was it? Blue deep.
Oh, I forget his
Oh, whatever
name.
the
Yeah.
Chinese one. I can't remember the name. The backlash to that is outright racism
Yeah.
and at best white supremacy.
Yeah.
It is just the way they're acting like,
And
how, how
how did these fishmongers catch up with us, right? Like,
yeah, how
yeah.
did this third world country that we
Yeah.
never thought I mean, it's like it is absolutely incredible to see. I've said for a long time, China when it hits its straps, it's going to be living in science fiction, and they are getting there.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, America's sitting back just like absolutely confused at how it
Yeah.
can happen. And you go, well, look, like the memes about the Chinese people being good at maths are there for a
Yeah.
reason.
Well, I mean, they also, it's that thing. I mean,
It's all statistics and probability, guys.
they managed to stop the Japanese in the Japanese ascendancy in the 80s, right? The Japanese managed to turn, they were always known for being inferior products and
They
things like
forced them
that.
to kill their economy so
Yeah,
they wouldn't overtake America.
100%. And that was the deal they did. It was like the late 80s or something like that. There was when, oh my God, a bit of real estate in Ginza is worth more than
Yeah,
you know.
Jeffrey Sachs does a really he talks about that a bit about how
Yeah,
they were
they got
forced.
screwed real bad, and that
Yeah,
because everyone talks about, oh, Japan's been negative equity now for 30 years. It's like, yeah, because the Americans basically flipped their economies, and that's why, if nothing else, it's why Japan's incentivized to have a bigger social safety net because investing in Japan is tough now because the yen for a while there was rivaling the US dollar. It's not anymore. You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Well, they can't force China to do that, and the
Absolutely not.
only way they will is by nuking them. And I
Yeah.
don't think the American corporations would want that
No.
because they like the cheap labor and the
Yeah.
cheap manufacturing. And at this point, they couldn't even bring their stuff back anyway because they're just so entrenched there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
anyway,
and then if you try and do that in Australia, like try and set up manufacturing here, you'll face a 50-50 news poll.
well, you'll only have it until the libs get in and
Yeah,
just get rid of it because they went with the free trade deal. I think it was the Koreans, and they
yeah,
actually offered to get rid of our car industry, and the Korean negotiators were surprised. They never thought we'd do it,
yeah,
so the libs came out with that. But then they offered to put in the investor state resolution back
yeah.
into the negotiators
I always say
trade agreement.
broken clocks are right twice a day. And that was Trump's one when he cancelled the TPP. It was about the best thing he could have ever done for Australia because we suddenly didn't have to fall under the rules of the
Uh,
copyright rules.
And
And
I think the libs still put us back in it.
I don't know. They signed a different one with Biden that had slightly different
Okay,
rules. Yeah,
yeah. Well, Biden won't know about that.
yeah, yeah. You can't remember that far back.
Anyway, do you want to do some games?
Yeah,
So
I mean, it was
anyway,
tech related, right? You know.
they download. No, it's a source of frustration for me. This whole AI stuff. Look, it's not, and people tell me it's amazing. It'll do this, and you go, look, this is just computer algorithms. A lot of them have been around for a long time. They're just called AI now. Um,
I think in there's certain uses where I think it's handy. You know, like when they use it for like diagnosing medical stuff, and even if it's wrong, it's still identifying. I would rather it be a false positive and get someone checked even
Oh,
better.
fucking goddamn it. Larry Ellison, did you see his thing? He
Yeah.
said, oh, AI is going to be able to make it so that every person in the world has a unique mRNA vaccine and
Oh
will
God.
treat their specific cancers. Like, wait, there are a lot of implications in
Yeah.
that. Like, if you're going to treat every person in the world's DNA specifically with something, there's a lot
We're
going
talking.
on
I mean, that's.
underneath this
I
statement.
had to bring up Kojima, but that's literally Fox dye. It's a virus that is attached to the specific genetic code of solid and liquid snake, and it kills liquid snake. And yeah,
Now, look, there's been rumors for a long time, isn't it? I don't think it's necessarily a conspiracy theory because you could believe they would do it, but the Yanks have been desperate, and others probably too, been desperate to make a virus that does target specific genes.
yeah.
So when they have a war, they can release it, and because that's what smallpox and that
Yeah,
were in the
absolutely. I
early days.
mean, smallpox was just the brute force version of that, really. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
so
We drank cow's milk, so suddenly we got cowpox, which meant we were immune to smallpox.
we're only immune because most of our ancestors died, and people overlook that. They
Yeah, well, it's the same reason
we
that
only lived because so many of our
yeah,
ancestors
eh,
didn't.
yeah, and exactly, and the flip side of that, of course, is again because we had dairy cows, and because dairy cows had cowpox, and cowpox was similar enough. That was how we stumbled across like a vaccine effect, like a mitigating effect like that,
It's
where
immunity from being the last one standing.
pretty much, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
People don't understand how immunity and also evolution that work. It's all about a lot of people dying.
yeah.
Anyway, so we've managed to go 8 minutes.
8 minutes. Well, tech related still. It's fine. It's
Dig it.
fine.
Oh no, I just hate the AI stuff. Just shits me because
Yeah.
it's bullshit.
Yeah,
Anyway,
that's how you trigger Dermie.
you do because it's bullshit. And people do. Anyway, well, I won't start it again. It's just so annoying. Sony is making PlayStation Network optional on PC games from now on.
Wow.
That's a
If only
big
they'd done that
change.
when Helldivers 2 came out.
I don't know. They said from now on, so hopefully it's
Yeah.
retro, whatever. So instead you will be incentivized to
Okay.
have a bit. Now,
I
I,
don't hate that.
I like this actually because what they're doing is they're basically doing like pre-order bonus style
Yeah.
things for it. So you'll get like early unlocks
Yeah.
of characters and special skins for your
As
characters.
long as long as it's not paywalled behind it, I think that's
Well,
what
it kind of is. You need PSN.
yeah. Well, no. But it's in like
Yeah.
those things would be available, or they're inconsequential, like it's a
Oh,
costume or
okay.
something like that, right?
Th-
But if you're locking parts of the game off, it suck my dick. But if it's a
That was
costume or
on
a
ChatNGP as well.
yeah.
I said,
Right to the base.
how come Mad Max Fury Road is such an awful movie? I said, suck my dick.
Yeah. Oh, I've never seen Furiosa, and I won't say Furiosa, but yeah.
It's because it's
Uh,
got a girl in it.
yeah. No, it's just I don't know, man. I just
What happened to Social Jason
yeah,
Warrior? Nah, it does.
yeah,
It looks crap. It looks
yeah.
garbage.
I mean, I like Chris Hemsworth. I think he's funny, so I think that'd be the only reason you could convince me to watch it.
Well, Charlize Theron only has a career because she was actually willing with Weinstein. Isn't that how the story goes?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was just a rumor.
I mean,
Sorry,
she's a decent actor. Like, there's no
not
problem there.
really. I'm just,
Have you seen Monster? She's good in
uh,
Monster.
what there's that serial killer one
Yeah.
where she, I found that okay. It's talking about. I found that weird because they actually made her up to look like a dumpy,
Yeah.
unattractive woman, and you go, well, you could have just found one.
Uh, I,
It's probably funny.
therein lies the rub, right? Like, yeah.
Why'd you take Charlize Theron and make
I
her
mean,
look
that
ugly?
was a little bit of what Tropic Thunder was making the joke about, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, want to just find a person. It's like, no, I'm a method actor. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to ask later ChatNGP if Charlize Theron's a good actress. Yeah.
no, like she's good. She's been in enough
Okay,
movies.
well then, so Nvidia's share price is safe now.
Yeah.
Clearly, there's bugs.
She's all right. I
What
mean,
are we talking about? Unlocks.
yeah. But basically, like, I think
You're all right.
I think that's how capitalism should work. It should never be about restricting anything or enforcing something like that. It should be like, well, look, if you do this, here's something we'll offer you as a bonus. And I think as long as that bonus isn't onerous or isn't part of the game cut out or something like that, like it's not like losing a level or something like that, then I think it's absolutely fine.
Yeah, I
Have less
like the
interest. Yeah,
idea because honestly, I would actually sign up for PSN if I was going to get some free skins.
yeah,
Because I don't know, I like that sort of stuff.
yeah,
I don't pay for them, but yeah, I'm getting PSN. I think it's a really good idea by Sony.
yeah.
Yeah, so well
Well,
done.
I mean, so they didn't they just put? I mean, is that in your list? They just put in a new CEO.
No, actually, no, because I got 3 pages here. I don't know if I
Wow,
able
look
to
at
do all
that.
that. Anyway, so yeah, they got a new CEO. Well, they used to have two, and now they have one, which is probably a good idea
Yeah.
because it's like having two captains of a sports team.
Yes.
It shows indecisiveness and it shows that you won't commit.
I,
Pick one.
I mean, I'll speak from experience here.
At least he speaks Japanese.
Yeah. Well, listen here.
It's a good one for Sony.
When you have people who are on the same level, you either allocate them a task or something that is their specific purview, and then everyone collaborates on something different. But if you have multiple people doing the same thing, it's impossible to enforce not only like metrics and seeing how people are actually performing, but it's much easier for people to hide their fuck ups.
Oh yeah, you can pass the buck easy. Just
Absolutely.
no accountability.
Yeah.
I think it's one of the stupid things for any organization, business or sport to do, and
Yeah.
it shows a real weakness in the organization. At that
Yeah.
point in time, I would worry about its performance, no matter what it is. But so yeah, I'm glad. Well, not glad because I'm not a big Sony fan, but I'm glad the company would do that
Yeah.
because just pick one and they live or die by what they've done.
Yeah.
I mean,
Agree.
it won't live or die. I mean, CEOs will still get $100 million to leave if they fuck up.
Parachute out. Yeah.
At least there's accountability of
I mean,
some sort.
yeah. I mean, like I said, it is interesting. It is a Japanese guy, which I think is a
He
good
looks
move
like
for
he's
him.
in high school.
Yeah, that is,
Like,
yeah, young
the
one. That's
the
true.
Japanese like black don't crack style. They
Yeah,
look
oh,
young.
and they always do. I mean, you look at Sakurai, right? Like, the guy's like 55. He worked on the original Kirby, and he's only just starting to really kind of look his age now. Like, there's a photo for you. That's Sakurai.
Yeah,
He's
he's like 16.
54.
Get lost.
He's 2 years
He's
younger
younger
than
than
you.
me. I mean, I don't think I'll look that
No,
bad
no,
for
no,
him.
yeah, you're right for
I don't think
54.
I'm 55. I turn
But
56. That is
that
young.
gentleman, you put a bit of makeup on that gentleman. He looks like Donald. He just looks like same age as
The guy
Donald.
who died of pancreas cancer, who they made a puppet of, he looked really young as well.
What the? Well, Jim
Iwata?
Henson.
No,
Oh,
no.
Iwata.
Yeah, they did puppet on once.
Yeah.
It was really good. Yeah, no.
Iwata looked like his age. He was 55 or something when he died.
Sometimes I think I don't like I'm doing too bad for 55, and then I look in the mirror, and then my son stands next to me, and I go, nah,
Yeah.
I'm fucked.
Yeah. Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, it is that thing of, yeah, like, I mean, Japanese, it's like the quote unquote joke about Asian women, like, until menopause hits, they look the same age, and then, yeah, they become grandmas like within this space of a year.
Space for a year.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have enough experience.
I mean, look, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. We're just
My
talking.
experience with old ladies extends to Polish.
Ah,
So, anyway, so
not Polish, anyway.
yeah, and it's not plural. So anyway, it's crazy enough for one. Ubisoft is prepping for their sale. They've laid off
Yeah.
they've laid off
They got rid of
185 people and
yeah.
got rid of a studio. They got
It
rid
was
of
the UK studio, wasn't it? Or something?
yeah.
Yeah.
What I can't. I've done the writing
Oh,
thing
here we
again.
go.
Leamington or
I
something.
looked at his writing and said, "Well, I can't even read that writing."
I must like Channel J, but I must use Biden GPT when I'm writing
But
this
GPT.
stuff.
That's just
Stockholm, Düsseldorf, and Newcastle. What do I write them? Oh yeah, that's where people have been laid off. So Ubisoft is starting to,
yeah.
and you'll probably see that over the next couple of months as they just get ready for the
Shed
shareholders,
weight,
keep them
shed
happy.
weight. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, just I was yes, it's just to get their costs down so they're
yeah,
more attractive to buy. It's dumb. Companies do it because they're not very bright.
yeah.
I don't have a lot of respect for anybody. So, but
No, respect are not given. Like I say, I think the way that when we had the example a couple of weeks ago with Power Wash Simulator, and the way they said, look, we can't support VR anymore without job losses, so we'd rather move those people onto back
mm,
into the company and integrate them back in. So we can't support this product anymore. We're really sorry. I think that's a good way to do it. Let's being upfront with your audience and saying this is what we can and can't do. And
as long as you treat the devs well, I think you'll have the gamers on side.
yeah,
Yeah, depends what people say. Now, here's Phil Spencer.
yeah,
Now he's in a world of hurt.
yeah.
He says Xbox the brand is evolving beyond console exclusives. Now I don't know. I think in that video where he said that might have looked like one of those Middle Eastern hostage videos.
He's holding up a newspaper in front of him.
Yeah,
There's people with machetes behind him.
yeah.
Trump's like he's off to Guantanamo if he doesn't say this correctly.
Poor Phil. I feel bad for you when the news comes.
Yeah,
That was
I will be
bad.
sad. Like
Yeah.
I think Activision was a folly. I wonder how much of it was his idea. But that Sarah Bell, she's waiting for it. She's chomping at the bit to take over and become
Yeah,
Stuxnet's inside girl.
if it was still the Me Too time, he'd be accused of stuff from now to now because that's how corporations work, and that's nothing against all that. It's just
I
they
I mean
backstab like mad at that level.
this is the awful part of it, right? Like it's when they got rid of Justin Roiland from Rick and Morty. It's like they had the case with the girl he was seeing at the time, and then they had him texting teenage girls. In isolation, they're awful. But the only reason you're bringing them up is because Warner Brothers want him to walk away from the table.
Yeah,
You would have known this 5 years ago when you were at the peak of when you were making money out of him.
they always know and they wait until it's a good
Exactly.
time.
Yeah,
Um,
and that was I was saying that to everyone. I was like, it's not that he's done these things. Like, yeah, like he deserves to be at least chastised. Like, there's no proof that he
well,
touched up anyone inappropriately, but it's a thing
they
of.
they
But
did
they,
that.
they know they've known this for years. They could have brought this up at any fucking
They
point,
do
but
that
they
in Senate
waited.
hearings.
Yeah,
You notice with Trump Senate things, and I'm not going to support any of
yeah,
them, but notice how suddenly they have all this info about them. They didn't bother
yeah,
releasing beforehand. They just held it. Notch is another one like that. So
yeah,
Microsoft couldn't wait to get rid of Notch's name off
yeah,
Minecraft because they paid $2 billion and it just hurt them to have it there.
yeah.
So then they're like, oh, he tweeted some stuff we don't like. And it's like, you don't give a shit. All your high
Well,
management are Trump fans. I bet you any
and,
money.
and and then the flip side of that is you had the James Gunn situation where you had all these like right wing kids who didn't actually care what James Gunn was saying, and then through a hissy fit, Disney gets rid of James Gunn, the only one of their ones producing good Marvel movies, and now he's going to run the DC universe. Like he's now the Kevin Feige of DC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the that's just when Twitter's after scalp because
Yeah.
there's a lot of that tit for tat.
Well, I mean, this was when they're talking about Blue Sky now. They're like, oh yeah, Blue Sky's. Since Elon ruined Twitter, I'm like, well, no, it's just going to be the other clique of pseudo intelligentsia.
That's gonna be
As opposed to like a cesspool of right wing Nazis.
it's the other side of the horseshoe.
Yeah,
Although I've got to say, at the moment I'm on Blue Sky, I don't find it that bad. Mine, but I actually get annoyed with people that go, "Oh, Twitter's really bad now." You go, "No, Twitter was always pretty
oh
cute.
yeah,
We always called it a dumpster
yeah,
fire. It's just a different kind of
yeah.
dumpster fire now." Twitter's always been that sort of
It's just a dumpster
collar
fire with
stinger.
a swastika on the side, right? Like, yeah,
Yeah, but it was always industrialized bullying and
yes,
that, and it was
absolutely.
a horrible place. Anyway, so another story. So anyway, also Starfield apparently will not stay exclusive. Nobody's going to give a shit.
I still can't
I know you
believe.
love it,
I
but
still
nobody's going to give a shit.
can't believe that this is still a conversation in 2025, the year of our Lord 2025. People are pretending that Starfield exists. Like,
I mean, it's one of those, look, you played a heap of it. I played a little bit. It's not bad, but it's not a game you would just yeah, it's fun to play, but you wouldn't base it's not like a Mario,
no,
right? You wouldn't base your whole future off
no.
it.
And I mean, and Skyrim came out, and they really released it for forever and a day, and everyone loved it. And yet, Starfield has just not got that
I
same.
think it's because everyone was it was exhausted from it. It
Yeah,
was the same game, and that was when you play it. It's the same sort of mechanics and
yeah.
everything, a
Because
different setting.
I literally played what 170 hours, nah, 210 hours, something like that of it.
The
I
whole
played a
time we were
lot.
in Japan, you
Yeah.
played it. Yeah.
It was just my walk around, it was a stalk around the universe game when I was bored. But and I didn't hate what they did with the story. I didn't hate what they did with
Oh,
the
I'm not saying it's a
characters.
bad game.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
But I'm just like, but it was never enough for me to go. This is like I'm really compelled. Like even Banishers did a better job. Mafia did a better job of that. I'm just going back through Witcher 3 now, and I'm like, this is way better. Like,
It's like it suffered from like there's a point where the old platformer days, another platform would
yeah,
come out and you're like, oh, another one. It's like I'm doing the same thing
yeah,
over and over again. And then I remember the first time I ever saw a platformer with a shooting mechanic, and
yeah,
I couldn't believe it. It was like the greatest thing I'd ever seen
yeah, yeah.
because it would just
Captain
changed it.
Commando one.
And the thing with Starfield, it doesn't really change anything. It's Skyrim, it's
Yeah,
Oblivion. It's in a different setting. It's good. I don't think I think all the complaints about the bugs are a little bit silly because you expect that from a
Bethesda
Bethesda
game.
game.
Well, I mean, it's like Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk, for all intents and purposes, was a Bethesda game. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't think there's been anything that's really fundamentally reset the RPG world since. I mean, what recently Baldur's Gate, I guess. Like, it just did the classic style
Hmm.
D&D rules and made it such an engaging and every decision matters. Where it's not like one of those things where it's like, oh, you get one of three endings. It's like
Over
it
Christmas.
will change character arcs in that game. Like one tiny
Yeah.
decision will change character arcs.
Over Christmas, a lot of my nieces and nephews were raving about Baldur's Gate
Yeah.
3. There's
It still hasn't gone on
a
sale.
lot of hours put into
The
it,
most it's gone on sale is like 10% off.
which means it's still being
They don't need to
purchased.
sell it. They know
Yeah,
that. So yeah.
yeah, no,
Good luck to
that's
them. I mean, we played a lot of Divinity Original Sin on the stream years ago, and that was one of our most popular stream highlights.
yeah. Well, it's no, good on you. If you make a good game, you can still make money.
Yeah.
All right,
Who
cool.
would have
Now,
thought, right? Crazy.
so Phil Spencer, RIP man, you dead man walking.
Yeah.
Xbox is evolving beyond console exclusives. I got a story that related to consoling. Actually, the next two I'll go into
Okay.
because these are good. How are we going for time?
Okay, just 20 minutes.
Good, ages. Well, we spent 8 minutes talking about
AI.
ChatNGP.
Yeah, yeah. ChatNGP.
I might make it. Yeah, I might actually do that. If I get time, which I got plenty of.
Just feed all our videos into it. Yeah.
Yeah, oh my god! Basically, I'm just going to record everything you say and play it back. Get through all the
Her
podcasts. See
cat.
what I'm.
So, Mr. Simpson, you admit you touched her cat. Her cat. Sweet cat.
That's some of the greatest TV ever. That
Yeah.
with the clock changes
Yeah,
at
yeah,
the end.
yeah.
All right, now it's
Mr.
okay.
Simpson, no.
All current consoles are declining in sales. No surprise. They're
Yeah.
all old now. Although PS5, I was surprised. But here we go. Here's some numbers. Try,
I'm sure
try and make
PS5 Pro is dog shit. I'm sure it's done nothing.
Well, I don't have specific that, but here we go. As of December 2024, console sales in the US, I think it was, are down 29%
Yeah.
from 2023. So that's a fair drop. Now, software sales aren't really down. Accessory sales are flat.
Mm.
Um, but the biggest selling accessory in the US, I think last year, was the PS Portal.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
so that's an interesting idea.
I
And
believe that. Yeah, yeah.
Sony looks like they're moving towards making that into a
I don't
into.
hate the concept. I just hate the DualSense controller. So like
Mm.
I don't mind the idea of putting on a PlayStation in the background, playing it on my handheld, all that kind of that I don't actually hate that idea as much as it seems very decadent.
Oh, talking background, you know that idea where you watch Netflix in the background where
Second screen, yeah, yeah.
yeah, okay. Now Netflix apparently this is unreal. I'll get back to this in a moment. Netflix apparently sent out a memo to all their people that write the show
Yeah.
saying that
You're not second screen enough at the moment.
they have to specifically say what they're about to do
Yeah.
so that the people not really paying attention know. So you're going to see
Man.
Netflix streaming shows get really dumb,
Dumb, yeah, yeah.
really painful because so many people are just browsing on their phone with
I'm
Netflix in the
going to
background.
punch you now.
Yeah, yeah, I'm going to. Yeah, and it's going to be really because already streaming shows, especially out of Disney
Uh,
And Paramount, are really painful and
I,
tedious and
I
childish.
hate to give credit where it's due, but I would say Amazon's probably the only one that still makes the occasional good show.
Well, they
Like,
do Reacher, so they're off to a
well, the
good start
first
there.
season of that was good. Second season was absolute
Yeah,
garbage.
it wasn't as good. Yeah, it's still fun because I like Reacher,
Yeah,
but it wasn't nearly as good. The other one, the Terminal List,
yeah,
with
yeah. That was
Mario,
I didn't
that was
enjoy it as
good.
much as you, but that was all right. But I mean, they did
Yeah.
Expanse. That was their
Mario
baby.
was a psycho in that. They didn't do Expanse entirely. The first three seasons of
It was
Expanse,
sci-fi.
which were S tier, with yeah, Sci-Fi Network. The next three seasons, which was watching Holden walk around and Naomi cry in spaceships, was nowhere near as good.
Yeah.
Still good, but not the same.
But I mean, yeah, they've had a few. I mean, and even Apple's obviously Apple's got Severance and stuff like that.
Oh,
So
that reminds me, I got to watch this with the boy. Mythic Quest.
Yeah,
Season
season
4
four's in
just
there.
dropped
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Apple TV. Yes, I got to watch that.
I mean that
Mythic
that
Quest.
show's good fun if you want to talk about the video games
That
industry in
is
that kind of light
great.
sense. Yeah, and
That is made by people who understand
yeah,
understand our people.
basically Rob McElhenney does that, and then he does Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Then he does that. Then he does Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Then he goes to UK for the soccer for a while, and
Just to
then yeah,
wind up
yeah.
people.
I mean those videos are great. Him and Ryan Reynolds are great. So
Yeah, they can get away with anything,
yeah,
especially Reynolds. He can just smile and everyone goes,
yeah.
"Ah, he was being sexist, but he's cute."
I mean,
You know that meme calling HR? That's Ryan Reynolds is in that
exactly.
meme.
Yeah, yeah. It's so in a kind of a bizarre, like you heard about the Blake Lively stuff, his wife, where they basically ran a campaign of just lies against her to try and make her sound bad for this
And
thing.
that's when they made that guy nice bull, they reckon, or something. Yeah.
And so
Oh, am I spoiling?
no, no,
Sorry.
no. So the only reason that ever came out was because her husband is Blake. It was Ryan Reynolds, right?
Yeah.
Like there's no. He would have put up that to an extent, and he would have burnt social capital to get that out there. Like there's no way
Yeah.
he wouldn't have. But I mean, imagine if she wasn't married to Ryan Reynolds. Imagine if he didn't have the mojo
Oh,
in
that would
Hollywood
happen
to
every
stay.
single day.
And
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Like it's sad that that's what it comes to, and I'm glad that he flexed those muscles. There's no doubt he flexed those muscles in the background. But he would have said to Disney, "This story gets out, or I'll take Deadpool and go anywhere else."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like yeah.
Yeah, he was powerful enough to do it, and that's good. That's using your privilege for a
But
good,
in the
good thing.
exactly.
Yeah, because it has to be done. It's like the 1,000 women who disappeared after one movie because they wouldn't read Harvey Weinstein, and
Yeah.
there's heaps of them
Ashley
just
Judd, she was a
disappeared.
great actor, and then
Yeah,
she wouldn't do him, and then suddenly she stops getting cast and
yeah,
stuff.
and then they pretended he was the only one. Anyway,
Yeah,
back to console sale.
yeah, because it's a related tangential.
Yeah, we're not good at staying on
No,
topic.
but it's
But anyway,
fine. I think people
so
enjoy
that's
it,
what
right?
ChatNGP is going to have to
Yeah,
do.
yeah,
That
yeah,
it's going to have to, like, when you ask a question, it's going to have to talk about something
yeah.
else random or movies. Where were we at? PlayStation hardware sales specifically last year were down 18%.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox down 38%,
I believe it.
which is probably why Mr. Spencer's going, oh, Xbox is like everywhere.
Yeah.
So now they'll be worried about the Game Pass related to that. Now here's one. 49% of all PlayStation sales and 43% of all Xbox sales were the versions with no drive.
Oh, is it no disk drive?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
almost half of the console sales, and that's not good for anybody who believes
no,
in physical media. Now, in saying that, I'm a hypocrite. I believe in physical media. I buy my Evercade. I love my Evercade cartridges, but I don't think I've bought a physical game on Xbox or
yeah, no.
Switch for a very long time.
Same, unfortunately. Oh, I've got a few on Switch, but yeah, as a general rule, it's just easy to digitally download them.
Here's something for an American thing that I was surprised by. PS5. PS5 is now third in lifetime hardware sales overall.
Really?
Yeah, I was shocked by this.
More than
Switches,
PS4?
yeah, apparently. Oh, well, I saw it on the internet. I'll ask ChatNGP.
Interesting. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah. Time to.
It's,
Where
it's,
where is Galia? That's our
are
robot.
you fact checking? Fact
Yeah. Yeah.
checking is illegal now. Didn't even
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So anyway, so behind Switch and the Xbox 360.
Okay. Um. Uh, are you sure?
Was what I read. I read on the thing. I can't remember where I read it. I'm going to don't fact check me. It said Switch and Xbox 360 are ahead of it in lifetime hardware sales.
I mean that's
PS5.
true, but yeah, PS5 and the PS4 are both ahead of it as well. So
I like my story.
PS3 is higher in sales than the PS5.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go back and double check my numbers and come back next
Yeah.
podcast.
Okay.
And actually, you won't be here next podcast.
I won't.
I
So
can say whatever
that's
I
the time
want.
to tell you lies.
Okay, next podcast is going to be all about how awesome Christopher Nolan
Yeah.
is as a director, why Cloverfield is such an awful, awful movie.
I mean, this is why you shouldn't program AI bots because you want to talk about them being stupid. Oh, hello, Mr. CIA man. Would hurt a lot.
Oh, wait, ChatGPT has gone rogue.
Yeah.
Anyway, so
Would be
I like my
very
story.
painful for you.
Okay, I'm going to find out what this thing is.
Ruin Tom Hardy. I don't
What's this?
understand.
He's not. He's overrated.
Well, he's good. What are you talking about? Again, that's one of those situations where in Hollywood it's probably one of the very few that could actually like kick the shit out of me. You just can't let him on the
Is
get on
this
the
Tom
ground.
Hardy?
Yeah.
You've been watching too much of the craze.
No, he wins jiu-jitsu tournaments.
Does he? He was good
Yeah.
in craze.
Keep him off the ground. I mean, he's good. Have you seen oh, what's the one with
Why are
oh
we
my
doing a movie
Charles
podcast?
Go watch Bronson.
Bronson.
Bronson's good. It's basically Charles Bronson
Charles
was there.
Bronson.
He was there. He was England's Chopper Reed, kind of like over the top, and so that was Tom Hardy's break. He broke out with
Oh,
Bronson.
okay. He was too small to be Bane. Way
I
too
agree.
small.
I
Way too
think he
small.
would have agreed. So yeah, he had to put.
Yeah.
He said that he goes. I had to just.
And
He's
his
like,
voice was dumb.
well, they overdubbed him. Man. It's
Did
so
they?
yeah, yeah. So that wasn't
When he talked, if
because
I
it was
was
too
Batman, I would
muffled. It
laugh.
was muffled because of his mask. Instead of putting a mic in the mask, they just overdubbed him. That's where in the thing, he's like a big Mexican dude. In Bane is like
Did
a
he? It
yeah.
just didn't look right.
I'm sure he is.
Yeah, it just didn't look right. And yeah, I would have. If I was Batman, I would have just laughed.
But you should have got the guy who did Alan Richardson, the guy who does Reacher. That would have been a good Bane.
He's a big boy.
Because I mean, when
He can do 38 pull-ups.
yeah, and I mean, and his size too. He's bigger than
He'd
me.
be like 140 kilograms.
Yeah,
He
yeah.
can do 38 pull-ups. That
I
is
mean,
some
and
strength. That's some
Christian Bale's a
roids.
big guy too. Christian Bale's like actual 6'1", like real
He,
6'1".
he's a freak at being able to lose weight and gain muscle.
Yeah, I mean, Christian Bale's a phenomenal actor. He's that of our era. He's the Laurence Olivier of our
He is
era.
good.
As
Yeah,
far
no,
as
I would say, oh, we agreed on this. Shit,
yeah,
ChatGPP is going to have to work
yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
with that one.
He wasn't the worst part of those Batman movies. So
It was good. I watched with my son, and we just stuck with the whole three movies we got. The main point was, why do you fall down? To learn how to pick yourself up again.
right,
I said that to my boy.
okay,
So there you go. Now he's
okay.
So I want to do game stuff as well. Remember?
Yeah, yeah. I remember when we did video games. There you go.
Okay, so here's the top games played, and this could be not true because I got it from the same source as the other
What
one.
source did you get it from?
I don't know. I'll find I'll send it to you. Anyway, if anyone wants to comment, only comment we got was someone saying, "Well, I'm listening to you, looking at a picture." So anyway,
I'll get
he's complaining. Like
I'll get some footage to put over the top.
some of the biggest videos on the internet for just talking news is like that Mudahar guy does some
Okay.
ordinary gamers and Moist Critical and
Yeah,
these
voice
and
click.
yeah, Asmongold, Gold, and they're massive, and that's just them looking at a
Yeah,
camera. What's the difference between looking at them talking and looking at a picture? I mean, really, how do I really need to see
I mean,
Asmongold talk?
why would you listen to Asmongold full
But
stop,
but I mean,
really?
what I mean is, do I really need to see him
Yeah, yeah,
talking?
that's
I
true.
mean, you can't read the chat on the side anyway. But anyway, so what was I going to say? Okay, so here's some games. So top titles played in America, December 2024. And this I found interesting because on PS5, I'll go through them quick. Fortnite, Call of Duty HQ, Marvel Rivals, GTA 5 Remastered, Roblox, NBA, EA Sports College Football, Minecraft, Madden, and WWE.
So that has to be an American list.
That's an
We don't
American list.
even
You can
have
tell
college
because they've got the
football.
sports
Yeah,
games.
yeah,
Because so
no one buys Madden
a
over
lot
here.
of mass shooter training going on.
Yeah,
But
except for the first two.
yeah, but there's Roblox and Minecraft in here. Although Minecraft is murdering animals and that. But anyway, so that's the top games of PS5. So yeah, Fortnite, Roblox, Minecraft.
Yeah,
Look, very
excellent.
younger. Let's compare that.
Can I take some guesses?
I'm going to compare that to the Xbox
So,
One.
so the PS4 one was Fortnite COD.
That was 5. Yeah,
Uh,
Fortnite, COD.
yeah. So on Xbox, it's gonna be Call of Duty first, guaranteed,
Yep.
guaranteed.
And second is
Oh, it's not Fortnite.
yes,
Is it really?
it is.
Wow, there you
So
go.
third on PlayStation was Marvel Rivals. Third on Xbox would be,
Marvel Rivals for
well,
sure.
good stuff.
Yeah.
GTA 5 Remastered's a little bit low on Xbox. Basically, it's Indie Jones is a
Yes.
fourth. Then Roblox, GTA 5 Remastered, Minecraft, EA College Football, NBA, and then Rainbow Six Siege.
See, that Siege is interesting. I mean, that's good. I'm
Okay.
glad that's got a scene. But yeah, I mean, it just goes to show you if you release good games, they'll end up being your fourth most played game for a month in a world of
Yeah, yeah.
games as a service. Like Indiana Jones is a legitimately good game. Have you played it?
No, not yet. You keep telling me
Yeah,
to. I'm just flat out. I've been trying to
yeah,
play games, but okay. So here's the thing: 8 of the top 10 of them are the same.
yes.
So I've got to say, why the fuck is anybody arguing? I go on Facebook, and I know that's my first mistake
Yeah, yeah,
because
yeah.
I'm almost a boomer. I'm not. I'm an X, but X's are becoming
It's
boomers
getting there.
very
It's getting there.
quickly. And everyone's arguing, buy PlayStation because of the exclusives. No, you fucking
Not
don't,
anymore.
because you're playing the same games as the people on Xbox. But they argue all day.
More than anything, okay. But
They're playing the same games.
this is the point I'm making. That's December, so specifically 1 month in time, the most recent month in time, and they haven't had a big. I mean, they're what Astrobot that won Game of the Year, Lamau.
Astrobot isn't even on this
Right,
top
but
10,
yeah,
but
yeah, but
yeah.
that's what I'm saying. But like, yeah, if you have these big games, they do these spikes of traffic. So you have like, for 2 months, Indiana Jones will be the thing, but then after it's done, GTA, COD, Fortnite will eat, and Rivals will still
So
stay there.
these are the heartbeat games. These are
Yes.
the ones that are just going on and on. So they're playing the same game. So when people go on about I bought a PlayStation because of the exclusives, you didn't.
Not anymore.
No, you didn't.
No,
You
that's not
bought it
fair.
to
I
play the
think
same thing everyone on the Xbox is
I
playing.
think when God of War and stuff was coming out, you absolutely did buy it for that. But I mean, they haven't had a big, like, they had Astrobot, and that was kind of, I mean, Helldivers, they didn't even expect would succeed. That was why they just released it out in the world,
Wasn't in the top
kind of
10
for
in
no
December,
reason.
so that's dropped
There
off.
we go.
Do you want to compare that to Steam? So there's no imagination. There's
Yeah.
no imagination in the console space. So compare that to Steam. Okay, Steam, Marvel Rivals,
Mm.
Helldivers 2,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah, it's interesting to see how well Helldivers 2 is still doing on Steam.
still on Steam, Path of Exile, Counter Strike 2.
Dota will be there.
No, Belatro,
Oh yeah?
Delta Force, COD HQ, Baldur's Gate 3. Good to see that's still there. Rocket League.
Okay.
People are still playing Rocket League.
On Steam?
It is on Steam in
Don't they have to
America.
be on Epic?
I got it from the same source I got the other.
Lamau.
And Cyberpunk 2077.
Mm.
So anyway, so at least on PC they're playing a bit of variety, whereas on PlayStation 5 and Xbox you're playing the same games as your friends. So shut the fuck up about playing it
Yeah,
for the
yeah.
exclusives because you're not.
Like I said, I think that was a valid that was a valid argument when PS5 first hit and the end of PS4 era when they were still the golden child. But just nowadays, I'm just like, I literally have my PS5 because EDF and Helldivers are on there, and I play that more than anything else.
Yeah. So Hogwarts Legacy is getting mods.
Yeah.
So expect a lot of nude people in Hogwarts, which is weird because they're all kids. Calm the fuck down, people.
Mm,
But I know you're going to do it.
yeah.
There's going to be
You
big,
know,
big
absolutely.
tits everywhere.
Yeah.
So, but like everyone, remain calm. They're teens.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's,
it's always that creepy
it's
shit.
gonna
Like
happen.
when people do like countdown timers for like when Emma Watson's gonna turn. Yeah, no, what's her name? Emma Watson's the older one. Emily. What was the chick who played
Well, it was Emma Watson.
Watson?
I don't
Wasn't.
know.
I thought Emma Watson was like the chick who was in like Love Actually.
I don't know. Ask.
Am I wrong?
You looking up on
No,
chat
I'm just right. I was
at
right. Just
NGP?
forget I said anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Basically, a countdown to when you can
yeah,
fap.
and same with like Mary Kay and Ashley, and it's like this is weird, man. Like if like it's weird. Like
I tell you what, people are weird. The internet's a weird place, but the internet is people. So what you
yes,
see is what
yeah,
what
yeah,
we really are. I try and tell people that, and that's
yeah.
confronting to think that yes, you might
Find
be.
yeah, find your nook, find your people, but yeah,
That's weird. Anyway, so Hogwarts Legacy is going to become very interesting very soon when the mods are there
yeah.
because I.
We're all lollicops. We're all going to jail.
Yep. Yeah. So if the FBI can just keep an eye on that on their servers, that'd be great. Um,
Yeah, and just send all the images to Matt Gates. He'll love it.
yeah. Well, there's another one. They knew all that, and then they said, "Oh, we're just going to sit on it while he's like there." And when he tries to do something too uppity, then
Yeah,
as you go, well, you don't really care then. Like it's not
uh,
you don't really care unless you're going to stop it when
yeah,
you find out about it. You don't really care.
yeah. I
It's
don't care.
how do you expect to ever fix these problems? Now, here's a guy that does Sean, the No Man's Sky guy,
Oh, yes, yeah, it's Sean Murray.
Sean Murray. I love him, even though I forget his name because I'm old. ChatNGP. Do you smell toast? No Man's Sky. Now I can't love the guy more. So No Man's Sky's had a massive update. It was coming in
Another
massive
one.
update.
That was like 6 months ago.
Yeah, I got a cough.
It just tells
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So it was Netflix now. This is a
Yeah, yeah,
Netflix
yeah.
podcast. I have to say one.
I'm going to cough.
Yeah, I'm about to read some words, and those words are so. Anyway, so it's getting, and now this is an enormous update. I couldn't even fill like there'd be five
Yeah,
pages if I wrote them all down. New landscapes, purple stars. That's kind of cool. I like that. I like blue stars. We're in Elite Dangerous. I'm a big fan of really bright blue stars. Did you know there's no green stars?
it's because of the only thing that burns green is what, like copper or magnesium or something like that.
No, it's because of the light.
Oh, okay.
Because the
Yes,
way the
yes, yes,
when
yes.
light travels and the way it all bends,
Does green
it does
exist?
like a curve. So
Yeah,
green's
yeah,
there,
yeah,
but it's actually like covered up
yeah,
by the
yeah.
rest. So anyway,
Yeah,
so
that
but
makes sense. Yeah,
I would
yeah.
like some green stars, please God, if you can. That'd be awesome.
We're appealing to God now. What the fuck is? You really did have a stroke.
Did you know once, I told you when I was really sick once, I spent 2 days in bed, like I thought I was dying, right?
Yeah.
This is years and years ago, and I've got TV at the end of the bed, and I've woken up after like 2 days of just like sweating and feeling so bad, headaches and everything, and I've turned on the TV, and there was like a Katy Perry film clip playing,
Oh yeah.
and I'm lying there like half awake, and I'm looking, and there's like Katy Perry squeezing cream out of her tits, and then Snoop Dogg's on the TV, and then there's dancing gummy bears, and I'm lying there going, "Oh fuck,
I'm tired. This is
I've,
it.
I've had a stroke."
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So St. Peter didn't warn me.
It's just, yeah, I'm fucked. Whatever this is, anyway. That's an actual film clip which amazed me. That actually happened. What
I
was I
believe
saying?
it. Yeah, if they have to justify it, I believe it.
So yeah, green stars. If you can make green stars, God GBT, that'd be freaking awesome. God, Sam Altman.
God, GPT, Sam Altman. Yeah,
I'm surprised he hasn't
he's
called it
actually
that.
God. It turns out. Yeah,
They think they are. They're all
yeah,
fucking wanky. They're all simpletons that had some money from somewhere.
yeah.
Also, deep oceans are apparently miles deep with life forms. Deep
Okay.
water guardian, so it thinks it's Minecraft. So,
Yeah, right. Something
miles deep
creepy.
oceans, and there's fishing missions, there's seahorses and stuff. Um, there's gas giant planets. Oh, there's jungles.
Okay.
Again, they're doing more. No Man's Sky is adding more stuff in an update than Minecraft takes 10 years to add.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it should be even more embarrassing for me. Improved modding, so
yeah.
expect
Okay.
expect nudes in No Man's Sky as well. Improved lighting system. You can store your starship storage now, so you can store your starships and you
Okay.
have to fly around with them. There's a Wraith starship. Now this is cool, right? A Wraith starship, which you get at the bottom of the oceans and some planets. It is a living spaceship. Now, you haven't got to this yet. That is an expanse thing because the
Um,
protomolecule, the protomolecule, when Duerto from Mars goes off to the other planet, they find a shipyard where they can make living spaceships, and they come back and they fuck everybody up
yeah. Okay.
royally with these. Anyway, little spoiler, but get ready for that. Yeah, so No Man's Sky they've been busy. Sean Murray, hats off to you, you're amazing.
I mean, and this he doesn't have to do any of this. They've made their money on No Man's Sky. Well,
That's the point. He doesn't have to,
yeah.
but he is. It is.
So it really is that anime arc. Like he's had the down moment. He's had the loss at the world tournament, and now he's coming back, and he's just the hero that everyone thinks they need.
He clearly loves the game. He
Yes,
clearly cares. He clearly cares about the players.
for better or worse. Yeah,
Everybody in the industry should be looking to Sean Murray and
yeah.
just have a little Buddha style
I
statue
mean,
of him.
that's also
Sam Altman, you can have a look at him. That's a guy that's skilled. That's a
but
guy that can actually do this
that's
shit.
it's also like the Stardew Valley. I mean, that game's been out 10 years, and he still updates that once every 6 months. And he said that he doesn't think there'll be a time when he doesn't add things to that game. Like I
Oh,
finished
wouldn't you?
it
He loves it.
like 5 years ago, and every time I play it, I'm like, well, what the hell is this? Like, do I have to restart? Like, what the hell is
Mm.
this? Like, and I just Starbound just came up on Game Pass, and I'm like, you know what? I played this. It was early access like 6 years ago, and it's again completely different game now. So I can appreciate when these auteurs. I mean, I wonder what Balatro is going to turn into. Do you know what I mean? Like, what does he do for Blade? He doesn't have to charge you for his DLC. He's made more money than God. Like he's.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. These guys have made, like Sean Murray, he would have so much money now,
Yeah.
right?
I
He,
mean, they're charging $25 and they sold 5 million copies, like he said to you. He's charging $25 by five. What is that, Dermie? Come on,
oh, it's half a 10. No, quarter of 10.
125 million, but that's okay. You tried. Uh,
Where's Chat Dermy?
yeah,
DPT.
yeah. DPT, derped.
Chat Derpy. Yeah, so no, well, whatever it is, whatever I said. I can't remember. You're the maths. Oh,
Five
actually, you know what? That's what you can use Chat NGP for. Just ask
five
him
times 25 times
maths
a million.
questions.
Yeah, 5 times 25 times a million. It's not that hard. If
I have
I'm
a,
wrong, people will tell me anyway. But yeah.
I've got a question that only savant can answer.
Well,
Chat NGP will do it.
I'm only good at getting roughly where we need to be. It's like when people are like, "How much is it?" Oh, it'll be roughly this, and I'm usually within of like a 5% variance. I hate doing it down to like, oh, it's actually 567.17. I'm like, it's gonna be about 570, something there, and it's like, yeah,
Point three two
oh
seven one.
yeah, I'm not that guy. I'm not Rain Man. I'm just good at getting close. Like, yeah,
Pretty close. And yeah, anyway, everyone can make their minds up when they're using Chat
that's
NGP.
good. Anyway,
And it just does some weird savant efforts on the maths. Yeah. So anyway, look, Sean Murray, you're a god in programming. I really just yeah, I have no respect at all for the US Silicon Valley ones now, from what I see, and also seeing the APIs.
Yeah.
Sean Murray, you're a god.
How is the Blue Sky API?
I haven't used it
We, we,
actually yet.
we we now have a Blue Sky
I,
New Game
I, I
Plus
got
account. We have a New Game Plus account on Blue
I
Sky.
got
Yeah.
kicked off the Twitter API. I was doing stuff there, and they
Mm,
wanted to charge me like $200 a month. Fuck off.
absolutely. Yeah. Okay. And Elon's wondering why. I mean, he doesn't actually care if he's losing stuff. This thing people don't understand. He got his money's worth. He doesn't need this shit
Oh
anymore.
yeah, you see the articles in the paper like
Yeah.
Elon Musk, investors are getting worried, and no, they're not.
No, no.
He's
He
basically
got them
just
the presidency.
got the
Like,
office next to Trump.
yeah,
He's like, he doesn't care. If he, to Elon Musk, if he paid $40 billion to basically have a room in the White House, he would do it. Bezos would do it.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's why they all fell in line because they saw that Musk was winning the race.
Yeah, they were going to get left behind. And to them, I'm sure they have an enormous amount of pride attached to how
Yeah.
much money they have next to
And
their
the
work.
reason Musk did it was two pronged. He was going to go to jail, and number two, he didn't want Peter Thiel to be in charge because Peter Thiel hates his guts. If there's one person
Oh,
that
does
hates
he?
Elon Musk, Peter Thiel hates his fucking guts.
Oh, more or less than he hates Gorka.
Yeah, well, look, I say I don't like Peter Thiel, but I still side with him on the Gorka thing. Fuck Nick Jensen.
He looks weird now.
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Anyway,
He needs to get back on the adrenochrome.
Adrenochrome. Bring me a child. Like it's like Christopher Reeve in South Park that snaps the neck.
No, you just go to Google Maps and you just search around till you see help written on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, oh, that's where I can get a supply. Okay, do you want to talk about idiots? Because we've got a bit of time.
When weren't we just?
To change the pace up. Okay, all right. Serial dickhead Matt Walsh.
Why?
Oh man, no, he is. He's the guy that did the What Is a Woman movie. He did the Ballers one, which
Yeah.
there was an interesting idea. It was about a bunch of college basketball players that were shit or something, and they decided to pretend to be women to play women's basketball.
Mm.
And, yeah, okay,
It's like so shitty Juwanna Man. Juwanna Man did that way better.
Oh, what's there was a movie about a guy in college back in the 80s who decided to pretend to be black to get in the basketball team. I can't remember. It was actually a good movie. A lot of people said it was racist, but it was actually like showing. Anyway, I can't remember the name of it, and everything I say is going to
Larry
come out
Bird of the
wrong.
Celtics, yeah.
Larry Bird is a good basketball
It
player,
was.
good passer, probably the best white basketball player, I reckon.
Yeah. I mean he was a three for he
Out
was a
of
three.
out of the three of them.
Yeah. No, there was a few in the '80s still. It was after that. After that, anyone who's white in the NBA is
There's the Sean Gillis jokes. You've seen those ones about the college
yeah
football.
about Alabama.
Yeah, we're never going to have black players on our team, and well, we just lost 67-0, so
Yeah.
maybe we'll get some black guys.
And it's like, to get the whole community around. Well, the local football team's 4-0. It's like, so those are my brothers. Like,
Yeah. And when he's in his stand up, he's talking about how when you're in year eight, you go, I'm going to play basketball, and you see these other year eight black guys
just
like
dunk it.
Duncan.
Well, I'm setting picks for the rest of my life. Like, yeah.
I'm going to take up computers.
Yeah. No, for what it's worth, on a separate note, it's a good time for me.
What are we talking about?
It's a good time for stand up. Like, yeah, Shane Gillis, Dan Soda, Mateo Lane,
Tomlinson.
Tomlinson.
Yeah.
There's so many good stand ups at the moment. It's a great
Yeah.
time to watch stand up comedy.
Oh, it's because the end of wokeness because Trump's in.
All right. Andrew Schultz in it over here.
Okay, now where was I going? Okay,
Matt Walsh.
Matt Walsh. He's a serial dickhead. He's a friend of Ben Shapiro, so of course he's a serial dickhead. Because that's what they are over the Daily Wire. Not to be too woke, but I know an idiot when I see one.
Yeah.
He's come out against anime. So remember Griff the dog,
Yeah.
South Australian
Yeah,
Senator Sterling Griff.
Sterling Griff.
Yeah, remember he said. Anyway, so Matt Walsh has come out. He said
Mick Griff, the anime dog, yeah.
and yeah, remember he definitely had an Asana body pillow.
I was
reckon
gonna say he knew too much, and I mean, this is what were they called? What are those that mum?
Asuna, however you say it, the one from Sorta.
Asana, yeah.
Yeah,
it's
the hot
fine.
one. Wait, that's like
Oh,
forever.
oh, Jesus. When we just talking about Emma Watson, come on, man, calm the fuck down. They're like 16.
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Straight to jail.
Mm.
And yeah, you'll start talking about how they love to stroke the hair on your legs. Anyway, no,
I was asleep. I didn't know.
yeah. What's the mum group called that he sided with? Oh my God, there was it's like a mum group, and
No, annoying Karens.
yeah, they're the ones to watch. They're the ones who did the anime thing. They
Yeah, I
pushed it
know.
hard.
I know which one you're talking about. I can't
Yeah.
remember the name, but I can't remember anything these days.
Yeah, yeah.
That's why I need ChatNGP. All right, so Matt Walsh has said, because he's a clown, and he definitely has some anime body pillows.
Oh yeah.
He said anime is satanic, or he actually backtracked, but he said Satan influenced. I don't know why how he gets there, but he also said
All those yellow devils, eh?
he actually originally said that anime watchers are a threat to society.
And
But
that's his whole base. His whole base are anime
well,
shit.
this somebody picked him up on that in the
Yeah.
comments on that and said, "You don't upset your base."
Yeah.
So he said, but he backtracked on that one. He said, "Well, they're not really a threat to society because they're all morbidly obese."
Ah.
Matt Walsh, dig upwards. So he said, anime watchers are more fragile than social justice worries. Remember when we were social justice worry before woke? And
I
so,
mean, look, this is. I think this is his left wing turn because, like, it's kind of true. Like everyone talks about social justice, as I said they are, but you want to see the saddest ones? You go to a Facebook comment page and bring up anything good that Labor's done in the last year.
I just say Ben Robert Smith
Oh my God,
is
Ben Robert
protecting us
Smith,
from uppity
Ben Robert
girlfriends
Smith,
and farmers.
Essendon, Israel. You want to get
Yeah, you'll
messages
get
have
us.
asking for a conversation? That's how you get your messages asking for a
I'm actually
conversation.
disappointed because normally I do get messages from hot Israeli chicks wanting to
Yeah,
just
yeah,
explain the
yeah.
situation to me, but my Twitter's locked at the moment. Can't make
No,
people
what
follow me, so
did you do?
no, I just locked it because I'm planning to get off it, but I'm
Mm.
still like I like to jump onto Twitter for 5 minutes every day and just read
I
bullshit.
think some. I think sometimes it's worth an idea of keeping like understand what your enemies are up to, kind of thing. And that's
Yeah,
the only reason I do that.
well,
And
they're all my
sometimes,
enemies. I believe in horseshoe theory, so I think they're
yeah.
all dickheads. So some guy got upset when I said, he goes, "Oh, what does woke mean?" He was like, "You know, 'cause woke to me means being like a really good person." And I said, woke, the meaning of woke is something that just to occupy people on both ends of politics to distract them from
Yeah,
things that are
that's
important.
why, and that's why Dutton. All he's talking about this election is
Ah,
all the politics is up. Whereas,
so you compared Greens to
in
Nazis. It's like,
inflation,
what the fuck?
inflation's down to 2.4%. You know what I mean? Like if they don't cut rates next month, I'm telling you, it's 100% RBA is lib plants. I refuse to believe it otherwise.
AI does a summary now of your emails. Now we're gonna have to put one through this podcast and get it to
Yeah,
find the gaming
my
content.
bad, my bad.
So anyway, he said anime is oh, I wrote
Oh, here
something.
we
It
go.
doesn't matter. Um, is okay. Oh, I actually hated Sonic 3. This is why I got annoyed. He said Sonic
Here it
3
is.
is one of the worst children's films ever made and is inappropriate for children and adults.
So the people who've watched it in the NGP Discord have all said it's a ride, like it's a wild ride. But I'm like, isn't that better than the crap that Mario was? Like the kind of
Sonic was a
lame.
better Sonic movie than Mario was a Mario movie. It would have been better with Charles Martinet in the Mario movie.
I mean, he was
But
in it. He just wasn't Mario.
Yeah, but anyway, so Matt Walsh, yeah, Matt Walsh came out swinging against most of his fans. It's unfair to say that because there is sort of this thing about the anime avatar picks being right wing,
They pretty. I mean, it's
yeah,
pretty true.
it's also part of the overall right wing in America racism towards Asians.
Yes.
Anyway, and that's
And
what it is.
there and that I mean that's always the problem, right? Is so many things in isolation can be viewed favorably, not favorably, but at least fairly. But then you look at it in the wider scheme of things, and you're like, well, I can't be fair to it now, can I? Because like it's just even it's a pattern of behavior. You know what I mean?
Oh, Matt Walsh has a pattern of behavior being a clown.
Yeah, yeah.
So anyway, so anime is satanic. The watchers are morbidly obese. They're fragile, more fragile than social justice warriors. The anime is degenerate and inappropriate for grown men. So I don't know.
I mean, I'll agree that a lot of it's degenerate. That one I think you're
Remember,
right on.
I let my kids watch one of those animes you
I've
recommended.
I've met your daughter. That's fine.
Yeah, they,
Have you told people the
sure.
Devilman story?
Devilman Crybaby. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one. I put that because yeah, I think you said it was good. Maybe I asked you and you responded with something that
I
was
said, don't watch Devilman Crybaby.
no,
Don't
I
show
think
it
you
to your
said
kid.
something I was non-specific.
Yeah.
No, I misread it, so I just said, "Oh, yeah, watch this. It sounds good. I think Jason liked it." So anyway, so I've left. I've come back. I've gone off from my computer, done a bit of work. Come back 10 minutes later. They're just looking at me like horrified. What the
This is
fuck
the
is
point.
this? Dad?
This is
I'm
the
like 6 years old or something.
this
"Ah."
is the point it goes off the rails.
Yeah, never recovered. Anyway, so anyway, I've run out of things. I just thought I'd say Matt Walsh is a dickhead.
I mean,
Actually, anybody at Daily Wire, you're a dickhead. If you're
yeah.
listening, hi. But you're a fucking idiot.
Yeah, no, there's, I mean, there's not, I don't think
Ben
so.
Shapiro, if you're listening, fuck off.
Um, yeah, I mean that's a fair one. Yeah, yeah. No
I
arguments here.
can't stand
I
that
mean,
dickhead.
the funniest one was recently with Elmo when they were like, he was like, oh, it was just him giving out his heart. It was just okay. Then do it now. Do it on live stream. Do the same
Don't you do
gesture.
that to somebody? Yeah, do it. He
He
said,
said,
no.
do it. And he's like, no. I was like, okay, well then it's not the same thing. Is it's like when you're like, oh, this is the same as the N word. I'm like, well, no, you said the word, so it's not the same as the N word because you can't say the N word. Do you know what I mean? Like so it's not the same because you can't
Look,
say it.
I don't think I don't think he meant to actually do a full-on Nazi salute in a public place like that because that's a
Pretty
bit dumb.
sure he did.
But it looked a lot like one.
Look, it's on the. I just think he did it because he needed to gain cred with the 4chan edge lords, and then
But he
he
explained.
he would have done that, ran over to his phone, logged on to 4chan, and waited for the reaction on
Well,
his Discord server.
I would say that if the people like Netanyahu and the ADL and Shapiro come out and defend him for that, maybe they're all full of shit.
Yes,
And
absolutely.
everything to them is just an opportunity,
Yes.
a political opportunity, and they don't really believe anything they
I
say.
mean,
That's a possibility. That's all I'm just going to say.
Dutton and Patterson had to come out and say we disagree with their stance on the two-state solution. Do you know what I mean? Like even that was a bridge too far for them, and they've followed him on everything else he's
Dutton
done so
called the
far.
Greens Nazis, which is hilarious because
Yeah, he's Dutton.
Neil
He's Peter
Erickson,
Dutton. Yeah.
who's actually a Nazi, actually said years ago that the Liberals were paying him to go to
Yeah.
rallies and stir
Well,
up trouble.
isn't there a photo of him with like a couple of local members or something like that? Or like, I don't think it was Little Proud. It was someone else.
Hasty and something.
Hasty. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah, so the Libs actually pay Nazis to do things. Anyway, we're just
allegedly.
crapping on
Anyway,
now, filling in
yeah.
time,
So yeah.
55 minutes.
So we are done for today. There might be a break or a week or two while we figure
I
out
haven't
what we're
made any
going to do.
plans. Sorry about that.
Yeah, no, that's all right. We'll figure it out. I'm taking a
I'm just going to do a Christopher Nolan appreciation
yeah,
podcast while you're
okay.
away.
You and Kalia. Like so I'll be away for my birthday. So basically, I'm away until March. So I'm away for a month. But we've just filmed the link for the new season of New Game Plus on tour.
Oh,
So
sweet cringy.
that goes up on TV very soon. Yeah, a lot of cringy, a lot of me,
That's
bit of
good.
Galia, bit of M, few people in the mix.
Oh, cool.
Lots of interviews with devs, lots of interviews with random people.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then yeah, we'll look to do it. Probably we'll do 6 weeks, 6 episodes every couple of months is probably the answer for what we want to do, and then we'll do the rest of our content on podcasts or live streams.
You should get that stuff on Netflix. It's only six episode things. It's a binge watching
Yeah,
thing.
yeah. Put on BBC shit, BBC. But yeah, no. Yeah.
Big what?
I never told you. No, I'll tell you that one off there. That one's gonna get me into trouble. That was an SBS one.
Apart from everything else.
Yeah, we pitched SBS is all I'll say. And so yeah, no. So I hope you.
We're not allowed to say what actually goes on in the industry, or
No,
people get cut, and
no,
then we
no,
get.
we have
Then we have
to. And then I have to go apologize to people.
we're not we're not allowed to actually say how things
Yeah,
work.
yeah,
We can only hint.
yeah. Yeah, but like to an extent, if something's really fucked, we'll say it. But like if there's things that's only just going to cause me personal
I'm
drama,
not going to cover up for anybody,
no, I fucking know.
but
Yeah.
there's a lot of
A
things
lot of
that
stuff. It's just like
we can hint at.
this will come out in the wash, and I'll just laugh and laugh and laugh. But at this point, never anything too severe, luckily. But hopefully you've enjoyed listening. Yeah, we'll try to keep the break as short as possible. I'll figure something out while I'm in Japan. I've got a microphone and stuff there, so I can always figure that out. Otherwise, yeah, newgameplus.tv, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Blue Sky, TikTok, New Game Plus TV, I'm told, is correct. Is that right? Didn't you set up a Blue Sky? Didn't
I helped Jamie set up the domain. Yes,
Yeah,
Blue
yeah,
Sky. Yep, Blue Sky is a go. So if you don't, if you've decided you want to trade one dumpster fire for a developing dumpster fire,
yeah,
then
yeah,
head over to
yeah.
Blue. I don't mind Blue. Got to say so far, I don't mind Blue Sky. It's
Blue
like
Sky's
old
not
Twitter.
Blue Sky's not a peak Dorsey yet. Like you know what I mean? Like
No, but it is developing like old Twitter. But look, always jump on anyway. I
yeah,
recommend anybody go to any new social media network and just at least register so you got your
yeah.
handle.
And also see if you can, because I think sometimes you can, especially in the early days of a lot of this stuff, you can steer it more than you think. Like yeah, there's a certain critical mass that comes with it. But I think once a culture's ingrained in these things, it's impossible to
They do
shake
have
them out.
cultures, yeah.
Yeah,
Social media networks have their own culture. Facebook's culture is clearly different to Twitter's, clearly different to like a Gab. Or maybe not so much now, but Gab has its own culture. I went on there a little while to check it out. There's a mix of weirdness and people just talking about their dogs.
yeah,
Blue Sky's got its own culture that's developing now, and it looks like it's old Jack Dorsey Twitter, but
yeah.
early days Twitter. So yeah, worth checking out anyway. But New Game Plus is on there, so go there.
Yeah, and then yeah, if you're in Melbourne, you'll probably if you listen to this on Friday the 31st, the 1st of February, we've got Glitch on at Inflation Nightclub in King Street. Then on the 22nd of March, TGX After Party. Stay tuned for details. But also TGX is the 22nd and 23rd of March, and you should go to that.
It's almost my birthday.
It's true. And there's also KaiCon coming up. You've got, there's a Mooney Valley's doing something if you live out that way on the 22nd of Feb. Lots of cool little gaming things coming up that we're involved with. So do come and check it out, play some video games and have some fun.
Maybe I should add an upcoming thing to the
I
thing.
don't think it's a bad idea. I was going to talk to you about it off
Yeah,
air. So
you
yeah.
should. Yeah.
And we can just fill the content in as we need to. Glee is good for that kind of stuff. So,
Yep.
on that note, let's leave it there. We'll see you guys hopefully next week, but if not, as soon as we can after then. See you later.